may think you own your life. You own your phone. You own your routine. You own your entertainment. You own your choices. But quietly, without drama, without warning, more and more of your life is being rented back to you. Your music is rented. Your movies are rented. Your software is rented. Your cloud storage is rented. Your fitness plan is rented. Your productivity tools are rented. Even your peace of mind sometimes comes with a monthly fee. And the strange part is, none of these payments feel dangerous. $5 here, $9 there, $12 for this, $17 for that. Each one feels small. Each one feels harmless. Each one feels like something you deserve. But small payments have a special kind of power. They do not attack your finances all at once. They quietly leak from your future, 1 month at a time. And by the time you finally notice, you are not just paying for services anymore. You are paying for a lifestyle that never ends. There was a time when buying something felt final. You bought a movie. You bought an album. You bought software. You bought a game. You bought a tool. And once you paid for it, it was yours. Maybe it became outdated. Maybe it collected dust. Maybe you regretted buying it. But the transaction had an ending. Today, the transaction never really ends. It renews. Every month, your bank account is quietly visited by companies you barely think about. They do not need to convince you again. They do not need to sell you again. They do not need your attention. They simply wait. Because subscription businesses understand something very powerful about human. Micropayments are dangerous because they do not trigger fear. When you spend $1,000, your brain pays attention. You pause, you compare, you hesitate. You ask yourself whether it is worth it. But when something costs less than lunch, you barely negotiate with yourself. You say, it's only $10. It's only $15. It's cheaper than going out. I can cancel any time. And that last sentence is the trap. I can cancel any time. Because technically, yes, you can. But psychologically, most people do not. They delay. They forget. They avoid friction. They tell themselves they might use it next month. A streaming service you barely watch stays active. A learning platform you stopped using keeps renewing. A meditation app you open 3 times becomes another silent bill. A premium tool you needed once becomes permanent. Not because you love it, but because canceling requires attention. And in the modern economy, attention is already exhausted. The subscription economy does not only sell convenience, it sells identity. You subscribe to fitness because you want to feel like someone who is improving. You subscribe to productivity tools because you want to feel like someone who is organized. You subscribe to learning platforms because you want to feel like someone building a better future. And there is nothing wrong with wanting to improve. But here is where it gets dangerous. Sometimes people start paying for the feeling of progress instead of actually making progress. A person pays for a gym membership but does not train, pays for a course but does not finish, pays for a budgeting app but does not budget, pays for a productivity system but remains overwhelmed. The subscription becomes emotional evidence. I am trying. I am changing. I am serious about my future. But the bank account tells a different story. The future is not being built. It is being built. Most people understand lifestyle inflation when it looks obvious. A nicer car, a bigger apartment, expensive clothes, luxury restaurants, vacations posted online. Those things are visible. They are easy to judge, easy to question, easy to feel guilty about. But subscription lifestyle inflation is different. It hides inside normal life. It hides in your phone. It hides in your email. It hides in automatic renewals. It hides in free trials that stopped being free months ago. No single subscription makes you look irresponsible. That is why it feels so safe. But together, they create a new baseline. Suddenly, your normal life costs more just to maintain. You are not upgrading once. You are upgrading permanently. And the danger is not just the money you spend today. It is the savings you never build, the investments you never start, the emergency fund that stays empty, the freedom that keeps getting delayed. Because every passive payment is a tiny claim on your future income. The phrase, "only $10," has probably cost people more money than they realize. Because the real cost of $10 is not always $10. It is $10 every month, for 12 months, for 5 years, for 10 years. And even then, the cost is not complete. Because money spent passively is money that cannot work actively. That same money could have reduced debt. It could have built savings. It could have bought assets. It could have created breathing room. Instead, it becomes a quiet transfer from your future self to a company that designed the payment to be forgotten. And this is why subscription spending feels so different from normal spending. When you buy something unnecessary, you may feel regret. That regret can stop you next time. But subscriptions remove the moment of decision. You do not choose to buy every month. You simply fail to stop paying. And failure to stop can become one of the most expensive habits in modern life. Companies love subscriptions because predictable revenue is powerful. A business that sells once must keep convincing customers to return. But a business that subscribes you gets paid while you sleep. It gets paid when you are busy. It gets paid when you forget. It gets paid when you are not using the product. That is why so many industries moved from ownership to access. Because access can be monetized forever. And the best customer is not always the one who uses the product the most. Sometimes, the best customer is the one who forgets they are paying. The inactive gym member, the silent app user, the person who signed up for a free trial and never canceled. The customer who thinks, I should probably cancel that, but never does. This is not an accident. It is a business model built around friction. Easy to start, slightly annoying to stop, small enough to ignore, persistent enough to matter. That is how passive spending becomes a system. Subscriptions also give people emotional comfort. They make life feel available. Thousands of movies available. Millions of songs available. Courses available. Tools available. Cloud storage available. Convenience available. And availability feels like abundance, even when your actual financial life is fragile. This is one of the strangest parts of modern money. A person can have unlimited entertainment, but no emergency fund. Unlimited music, but no investment account. Unlimited content, but limited financial freedom. Access can make poverty feel less painful. And that is comfort. But comfort can become dangerous when it delays awareness. Because the goal is not to have access to everything. The goal is to own enough of your life that you are not trapped. A subscription can entertain you. It can help you. It can save time. But it can also quietly train you to accept permanent payments as normal. And once permanent payments feel normal, freedom starts to feel unrealistic. So what should you do? The answer is not to cancel everything and live like a monk. Some subscriptions are useful. Some genuinely save time. Some improve your health. Some help your work. Some bring real joy. The problem is not subscriptions. The problem is unconscious subscriptions. The payments you no longer notice. The services you no longer use. The tools that make you feel productive but do not produce results. The entertainment that fills your time but drains your future. Start with one simple question. If I had to manually pay for this again today, would I still choose it? Not yesterday, not 6 months ago. Today. Would you still click buy? Would you still enter your card? Would you still say yes? If the answer is no, that subscription is not serving you anymore. It is collecting rent from a version of you that no longer exists. The deeper lesson is this. Your future is not usually destroyed by one dramatic financial mistake. Most people do not lose freedom in a single moment. They lose it quietly, through small leaks, tiny upgrades, forgotten payments, emotional purchases, convenience that becomes dependency. And because each decision feels small, they never feel the urgency to change. Until one day, their income has grown, but their freedom has not. They earn more, but save the same. They work harder, but feel no lighter. They have more services, but less control. They have more access, but less ownership. That is the hidden cost of the subscription life. It does not just take your money. It changes what you consider normal. And once you normalize passive spending, you begin to accept a passive financial future. A future where money leaves before you make decisions. A future where your paycheck is already spoken for. A future where freedom keeps getting postponed by convenience. Not because you are careless, but because the system was designed to be invisible. The way out is simple, but not always easy. You have to bring the decision back. Make the invisible visible. Look at every recurring payment, not with shame, not with panic, but with honesty. Ask what each one is really buying. Is it saving time? Is it creating income? Is it improving health? Is it producing joy you actually use? Or is it just another emotional receipt for the person you hoped you would become? Cancel what no longer serves you. Keep what truly adds value. And redirect the difference towards something that gives you control. Savings, debt freedom, investments, emergency cash, skills that actually compound. Because the goal is not to hate spending. The goal is to stop letting forgotten spending decide your future for you. Every canceled subscription is not just money saved. It is a decision recovered. And every decision you recover gives you back a small piece of ownership over your life. So before this day ends, do one thing. Open your bank statement. Find one subscription you no longer truly use. Not the one you feel guilty about. Not the one you think you might use someday. The one you already know is quietly taking money from your future. Cancel it. Then come back and write in the comments, "I took back the decision." Because that is where financial change often begins. Not with a huge transformation. Not with a perfect budget. Not with becoming a different person overnight. But with one quiet decision. To stop paying for a life you are not actually living. And if this video made you see money differently, leave a like. It helps this channel reach more people who are tired of feeling financially stuck. And subscribe if you want more deep, cinematic finance videos about the hidden systems behind money, work, status, and modern life. Because the modern economy is very good at renting pieces of your future back to you. But your future should not belong to automatic payments. It should belong to you. Protect your income. Protect your attention. And most importantly, protect your freedom.